So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Theft Auto 5 panel. I think you've all met our panel, of course. We have Trevor on the end here. His name's Steven. Michael in the middle. His name's Ned. Franklin on the end. His name's Shawn. I'm Greg Miller from IGN, and I was gonna say, I was only brought here to make sure this wasn't a train wreck, so there's no reason for me to be here anymore. No, thank you all so much for coming. We're here to talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. Some of you tweeted... Okay, real quick. How many people here, by a show of hands, found out about this panel from something other than my Twitter, blog, or IGN? Okay, good. I wanted to make sure. Believe it or not, these guys thought nobody was going to come to this. 97? Damn. And you're all the way back there? You got fucked hard on that. Ned.
He's busy.
He's taking his photos.
He's doing a selfie. He's not even getting the crowd.
Yo.
I'll start with Shawn then. Shawn's respectful.
Slanging
Shawn.
dope and throwing up gang signs. What? Who's slanging dope in here? Okay, good to hear. Who throwing up gang signs? No.
We're all video game people. We don't.
Who GTA 5 fans in here? Where the GTA 5 fans at?
Nothing. You didn't. You're doing it. This is the panel. You're doing it right now. What is that like? Did you expect that to be bum rushed? All of this?
No. That's a simple answer. No, this is unbelievable, man. Y'all are unbelievable out there. I cannot believe the kind of fans we have. I mean, who are we? We're just guys playing GTA 5, man. Y'all are the guys that make it happen because this game is amazing. Without you, there's nothing.
I actually made it all happen, Ned.
Me too.
But continue.
You want me to come closer?
Me
Fine,
too.
Don't worry. I'll walk around. You're fine. We won't play to your deaf ear. We'll
Me
come
and
over
Steven, we made it all happen.
Yeah, those two guys.
So, I want to know for each of you how you got involved in the project, and then if you knew as soon as somebody told you, oh, you're in a Grand Theft Auto game, that meant this. Like, did you understand how big when you got guys? Was it just calls, just cold calls you answered to be a part of it?
Well, for me, man, I had to fight against a lot of rappers. You know, it was Problem, YG. It was some well-known West Coast rappers and actors, man. So I went in there coming straight off the streets, thanks to my boy DJ Pooh, man, and he plugged me in. I read the lines, man.
Yeah,
I did my
DJ
stuff,
Pooh.
man. And, you know, I brought the real shit to Franklin, you know what I'm saying? And, man, it's like an honor, man. It's a dream come true, you know? I don't have to pinch myself to wake up and know that I'm dreaming and I'm not here. I'm really here thanks to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For me, this was really interesting. When my agent approached me with this, I said, I'm not going to do a video game. Come on. Are you kidding me? And they were like, well, look, it's by Rockstar. And I said, who's Rockstar? And they said, they're really good. And I was like, I will send the material over. As soon as I saw the material that they sent over for the audition, I went immediately from, I'm not doing that, there ain't nobody else doing it. Because it was brilliant, and that was all it took for me to get hooked. I mean, I was not a big gamer guy, but this was just an unbelievable script, you know, that, you know, we were able to audition, and Steve and I got into an act-off. Tell them about the act-off, dude. It was pretty
Well, yeah, because the process for Ned and I, you know, being actors, you go on auditions, just like looking for a job. So for us, it was somewhat another audition we had. So we went initially to a casting place, and we got that, and then you get a callback. And so at the callback, it was actually at Rockstar, and it was with this, I called it an act-off, because when there's a bunch of actors in a room, I generally am like, oh, so this is going to be an act-off? And they were pairing people up because they wanted to see who worked with who, and so I was with some other guy before Ned, and then they liked something in me, so then they tried me. And so when Ned and I got in the room together, it was definitely there was something.
Yeah, they
happening.
really fucked it up when we got in the room because it just didn't work, did it?
No, it was fantastic. It sort of leaned to me like it was a true West. I think outside we were talking about it felt like some sort of a theater audition. It was really intense and it was very physical and it was like, this would be interesting if this came to fruition, which thankfully for us it did.
Steven,
Greg.
during the act-off, did they make you strip down to your whitey tighties and roll around?
No, because I was already in my whitey tighties.
Yeah, no, he did that in the lobby beforehand.
And every day on the set he was doing
tighty
it.
whities.
Talk to me about life on the set. I think one of the reasons GTA 5 works so well, they moved this motion capturing, they moved to you guys working around, being together. Just hanging out with you before this while you're signing autographs that you've already given away.
But we have cups.
Hanging out with you guys around a table is really fucked up after 40 hours of GTA 5 because you are just acting like the characters in the game. Now, not the rape and the murder and all that stuff, but I mean just hanging out, being broing down. Like, was that instantaneous when you got there?
Well, for me, man, it was strange. You know, I felt like I was way out of fucking place. It was like some real, these kind of guys over here, the different color skins and shit. And I was like, man, what the fuck is this going on?
What does he speak of?
And
Different colors.
but after I got to know the guys, we had fights. We got into it with each other, man. Me and this dude right here, we stayed into it the whole time. But I love this dude, man. It's my boy, man.
That's my bro right there. That's my brother. We talk all the time. We'll talk 3 times a week for an hour on the phone. We love each other so much. It's been great.
And then, for me
I'm on
coming
my
from
own.
the hood and I'm coming to, for me coming from the neighborhoods and stuff and I'm coming to the set, everybody at the table shit was different. Ned like Kenny Rogers.
What?
Steven was
No, dial it back. How is he like Kenny Rogers?
Yeah, that's afterwards. We're going to get into that a little bit. So
Yeah,
we got a guitar.
and then Steven fell in love with
Know
this
when to hold
song
'em.
from this baseball movie, I'm just a little bit.
Oh my God.
Go on and sing it.
What was that song?
Dude, man, you're giving out way too much information, man.
What was that? Moneyball.
Moneyball. But
When they
a
had
long
that song.
story short, man, it was hard for me to deal with it because,
That went on for like
they didn't
7 months.
understand Ice Cube. They didn't understand Jay-Z. They knew it, but they was like, we don't want to
Pull
hear
me
that
out here, man. Go, yeah, man, shit, give it up. That's church, man. Shit.
But then when I brought Teach Me How to Dougie to the set, I had everybody Dougieing in the damn place. And we got along after that, man. You know what I'm saying? Steven, and that's my guy over there, man. He accepted me. That's my brother from another mother. And Ned is like my father that I always wanted as.
So it is literally the game. Their relationships are literally the game.
Tell them about your story, man. Come on.
It's true though. What they like, we get a lot of these questions of what the memorable moments of the game, like what scene, be it the most difficult to shoot or the most intense or whatever. Starting to remember more now, because talking about it so much. But the thing is, this relationship, that's been the biggest thing. Like that's what I always say. Oh, I don't remember that, but I remember this one lunch, and then I describe something that happened at lunch or this one conversation we had. That to me, like the humanity of this relationship, and also with other people, the rockstar director Rod Edge, and the people that have been on this journey, man, that's my memory of this relationship that I found. So salt of the earth, a lot of people.
Well,
Yeah, good people, very good people.
for me, these guys aside, I mean, I love these guys to death. They've become
fucking love
over
fest.
almost 3 years best friends.
Yeah, I didn't expect the GTA 5 panel to be so touchy-feely.
Yeah, but
Right, we don't need water, we need tissues up here.
Yeah, no, we really do. But for me, the thing that you guys don't see is that made the shoot so amazing and the 3 years past so awesome was you guys don't see the crew that we have. The crew that we have out there at that mocap studio is probably the most unbelievable bunch of people you ever saw in your life. They're all these young, genius kids, with the exception of Rod, who's the director. He's the same age as me, thank God. I was, otherwise I'd have been the only grandpa there. But the kids out there at this mocap studio they just made it a joy to come to work every day. And every time you came, there was something new going on that you just didn't know existed in this world, you know, besides just these balls all over us all the time. And we got more balls than anybody. But those guys out there, that crew, you would walk in and they would have some kind of new invention that we would just be blown away by. Yeah. Every single day. You would go, Corey, hey, Boy Wonder, man, what you got for us today? And it'd be some newfangled camera shit going on, and you just go, whoa, what is this? So that was all really crazy, but that crew is just the greatest bunch of people on the planet. I mean, and what a great bunch of people to work with, and I'm just so happy that I got that opportunity. And they don't get a lot of props because they're behind the scene, but they deserve it.
We got to get into some hating.
Can we move on, man? I'm about to fucking cry up here, man.
We see the relationship. You talk about it right now, but you drop a little piece in there. You said 3 years?
3 years, yeah, almost.
For everybody out here who doesn't make a video game, which is just about everybody, how does that process work? I mean, are you in there every day? Did you have to relocate your life? Are you living out of trailers? You live in one big bunk bed?
Well, for me, it was difficult because I'm flying from LA, and you fly out here for 3 weeks, and I work for 3 weeks straight. And then I go home for a month, and then we back at it for 3 weeks straight again. So out of the 3 years, I've actually spent a year and a half in New York. So the process is real difficult, man. It's a real, you have to be on your point, man. It's a lot of scripts, a lot of imaginary shit. It's like y'all empty this whole room off, and we had to imagine a car sitting right there. And we have to sit on a fucking crate to make it like we sitting in the fucking car. So, you know, you got to imagine just where you got to go with this, man. So it took me a little while. I'm speaking for me. It took me a little while to get into this because, you know, I had no idea this shit. I'm quite sure they didn't either, but it was easier for them to grab onto it. And they helped me out a lot, you know.
Was it, Steven? Was it easier for you to get the crate to be the car?
It's always easier for me to make the crate my car. I mean, the great thing about the mocap, which I don't know if people get with the motion capture, is, you know, we've been pushing the performance aspect of it because these were our faces, our bodies, our fingers, our voice, all at once. It wasn't us sitting there voicing a cartoon character. We are the cartoon characters. That is us. So when you're in a room, which is like this big, white, with cameras all around it, and you're dressed in head-to-toe spandex, essentially, with balls all over you, and which never got old after 3 years. Having a man putting balls on you, the jokes just never stopped. The helmets, and then on our helmets we have cameras. So we have these 2 rods and a camera right here with a light. So when we're like this, hold on. Thank you. Okay, so when we're like this, you can't get in any closer than this. So you have to find ways to get in sideways, or...
See how we do that? That was unrehearsed, by the way.
So when it comes to the imagination aspect of it, that's all you have, which was great and a great challenge, because you had to come in that morning. You better know your character, because if you were shooting a film, like for Trevor, if I was wearing some of his outfits, or I was walking around in my dirty underwear, and I had those tattoos on me, and I had, you know, my head shaved, and I had the
You mean like you showed up to work every morning?
Similar to that.
Yeah.
And you're in a trailer, be it on a set, or even a movie set, you're going to have something to inform your character, to lean back on. Look at my surroundings. Look at this fucking trailer. Or, you know, look what I'm smelling. Or, you know, if you're some method actor and you're going to live like that for a year, you're going to get that. It's going to inform your character. None of that. Motion capture, you are imagining everything, which was wonderful because it's, you know, that's why I got into acting when I was 12, is because you just want to play, and it's true play. It's nothing but play. So the imagination, and you get that on the screen, like Solo was saying, the boxes, the crates, the car, you could look up on the screen and you'd see the car. So we had a visual of it. We didn't completely have to just imagine what it was. So like my trailer, it would be set up, the steps, and that's what the geniuses would do, that these amazing team, this crew, would build out of Apple boxes or just out of tape or whatever.
Man.
They would build these things that would be just that, crates, tape, whatever. You'd look up on the screen and you'd see my trailer. So I had a visual, but then that screen, obviously, when you're you know, when you're shooting goes off. But so you have a visual, but it is imagination, which is wonderful.
And don't get me wrong, man. The guys at Rockstar, man, their crew was amazing. They will build a house inside of this place in like a matter of 45 minutes. We'll step out and step back in, and it will be there, but it'll be with shoestrings, a popsicle stick, a fucking mic, a cup.
It's incredible.
They will make it, and it'll look realistic, but you can be able to, you know, you still have to use a lot of your imagination, plus remember lines and plus perform them. So we gave these characters actually real life, man. We really brought ourselves into these characters. They're not just created, you know, we brought it to life, you know, so I think we did a damn good job, man, don't y'all?
These guys have been pretty clear that, you know, you're the reason the game's so successful. Of course, we want to take your questions. If you want to start lining up at the microphones, we can work on that. Ned, you talked in the beginning. You get the script originally. It's a video game. You're like, no, I don't want to do this. But when you read it, you want to do it. Where do you fall now on the other side of having balls all over you? And is this something you want to keep doing?
Never gets old. The balls thing never gets old.
I got to tell you, this is the best experience of my life. You know, as an actor, I took almost 4 years off before I did this. This was my first audition back, and I got
to ask, why'd you take it off?
You know, I mean, look, you do. I've been in this business for 28 years, and you go through periods where, you know, I mean, how many, you know, dads of the daughter who got kidnapped can you play before it starts getting stale, you know? So for me, it was like, you know, where's the challenge in my life? You know, is this what I want to do? And I have a young son, you know, and I like to spend time with him and do all that kind of thing. So I kind of wondered, well, you know, do I need to go? And we went back to my hometown, and I got recharged. And when I came out here and I saw that, and I had a chance to audition for this, you know, it really reawakened in me what it is that I'm about, that I'm an actor. That's what I am. I can't do anything else, you know? So as far as the experience of my life...
Living the storyline.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's exactly right. And that's why I connected to the character. And it's a brilliant script. I mean, these guys, you know, Dan and Rupert, the writers, they're just, you know, I mean, these guys are prolific. You guys got to understand, I bet this is a 3,500-page script. It's unbelievable what it is. They're up there till their fingers are bleeding. And the character that they created for me, it was easy to relate to because of that, because he's in retirement and he's coming out of retirement and he's like, you know, God, what am I doing? You know, and the whole midlife crisis thing. And I put on 25 pounds to play the character, you know, because I thought that would help with the physicality. And
I did the same thing to play a video game journalist.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the relating to the character and everything, it was really easy to get back in, you know, balls aside. And it was kind of nice to have balls for a change, actually. So, you know, whatever. But it was great, man. It was just a wonderful experience. I recommend it to anybody.
All right. Let's start with you, Breaking Bad fan.
Beyond.
Beyond.
With all these $200 million blockbuster movies coming out every year, $1 billion in 3 days, guys, how does that feel? Like
that's a lot of stacks, isn't it?
Yeah, man, that's great.
The big one!
You know, you talk about guys like, you know, Brad Pitt, all these high-end actors that don't even come near that kind of money. How does that feel, guys, to be a part of something like that?
Makes me want to strut.
Why do you strut for us, Ned?
It really does. It makes me want to strut. You know, because I'll tell you something. I'm proud as hell of it because we worked our asses off.
Yeah,
you know, people think that it's all fun and games. It's not. We work our asses off. This guy would be sweating, you know, and just like crazy at the end of a thing. That performance he did, that ain't easy. So, yeah, I'm proud. I'm real proud. I'm proud of these guys. I'm proud of our entire cast, you know, and without them, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't. I mean, you've got that thing, you know, that rock star thing, that GTA thing, but it's still got to be good.
And then
this is beyond good.
It shows,
so
man.
Feels cool.
And then it's something that you can go and take with you through your old age, if God permit us to live that long, you know. You can say, I did that. My likeness, my voice, and my character was part of a billion, possibly multi-billion-dollar project.
Hell yeah.
You know,
I can say to my son, I didn't do much, son, but I did that.
Yeah, but that's
Be
it,
well.
man. It's a pleasure, it's an honor, man, and it's like I said, it's a dream come true.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
guys.
you, bro.
That's awesome.
All right, I got a request to end a question. The request is, when you guys go back, when you leave tonight, can you guys get a hold of Rockstar and ask them to make us a blooper reel and maybe unused clips that were awesome. Question is, if you guys, each of you, could pick another game and another character to voice besides the one you just did, what game and what character would you each pick?
Well, for me, man, I don't know if y'all know, but I've been saying it a lot in interviews, is if I can go back to San Andreas, man, I will play my cousin, which is my real cousin in life, CJ, which is young Melee. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it run in my family, man. So, and me and Melee, we got something coming up. It's going to be a CJ and Franklin thing about to happen.
Awesome.
In the game?
Nah, we got something else coming up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go rob enough banks, I guess, and shit, and get me.
Polygon isn't out here newsing something I gotta run off the news to.
Nah, but we got that's my family, man. I just wanted y'all to know that, man. That Melee is my family, and he's CJ, and it's ironic that I'm Franklin, man. That's crazy, man. That's real crazy.
Especially since everybody thought that you were CJ first.
And Ice Cube.
And I was Ray Liotta.
Ned, who would you like to be?
I want to be Mario. He's got hops. That dude can jump.
Let's hear
I
your
know
Italian.
he can slam dunk behind his freaking back like nobody's
Let's
business.
hear
Like
your
nobody's
Italian
Michael Jordan. That's who I
impression.
want to be, Mario. And plus, my son can play that game.
Let's hear your Mario. Do it.
Give us your Mario voice. They want your Mario voice.
Does Mario even have a voice?
It's me, Mario.
I can't follow that.
Mr. Ogg, who would you like to be in another game?
Oh gosh, maybe the blue ghost in the Pac-Man.
You like those dark characters, man.
I'm not a gamer. I don't know. I don't know any games.
You can leave.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Thank you for your question. Next up.
All right. This is for Steven, and for anything, am I allowed to disclose spoilers for those who haven't got?
I think they said
No,
yes.
I mean it's related to the question I was asking, but if not, I
No
can help.
spoilers. I don't think.
No
people want
spoilers,
to do that.
please.
All
It'd be
right.
very tough for you.
Okay,
getting
I got
that
another
accent.
one. What kind of preparation did you take to bring the character of Trevor to life? Like, what influences did you draw from any particular actor or any particular person?
I mean, the Trevor was definitely on the page. I mean, when you read this stuff, it's there. And so my job was to bring that to life.
Right.
And obviously the physicalization and all of the things that Trevor does, I would add to. I would bring to the character, bringing it to life. But I mean, really the writing, that character, it's a credit to the writing. I mean, good writing for an actor, you just say those words, and it comes back to acting class 101. Say those words, and it comes true. Now, obviously, it was more than that, and so for, I mean, performances,
Like if there was
Matthias Schulnard, you know him? He's a Belgian actor. He did Bullhead. You know Bullhead?
Yeah, one fan.
The one person. So you see where I sat at the table, right? I was like watching my little arty indie films. He's and he did Rust and Bone. Him and Tom Hardy's performance in Bronson.
wow.
If you look at Trevor, one of my initial things was, I want to kind of do a North American, because we didn't know the Canadian-American angle yet, a North American Bronson, because that performance, he has the theatrics, he's got the violence, he's got that down, he's got the intensity, but he carries a sense of humor, never takes himself too seriously. So that was a big influence, but there was certainly never any kind of ideas to copy, or that influenced me, and then and just some music, a lot of music I would listen to.
Like any particular
Stuff.
Taylor Swift.
I'm just a little bit stuck in. It wasn't your typical shit. Like it's not. I'm not listening to Trent Reznor
No, of
or
course. I
anything
wouldn't-
like that. Like there was music like City and Color, actually, who's just incredible. But it's acoustic, and it's make you cry music. But as an actor, I resonate with good, passion, So that would get my up. And if that is up, then I'm fucking ready. So.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, ready for anything.
This is for Stephen. So in GTA 5, there's a controversial torture mission I'm sure a lot of people know of. I think it was the Buy the Back mission. And a lot of people have been talking about this. So my question for you is, how did you feel voicing that mission, and what was your reaction when you found out about it, as far as what you can do, as far as pulling up the teeth and whatnot?
Performing the mission?
Yeah.
Wasn't voicing.
Like voicing over, like how did you feel about it as well?
Not voice actors.
Careful.
Okay, fine. Acting
no,
acting it.
That scene was actually, it was one of the more technical scenes, so I honestly didn't get too worked up about it. I didn't like, it would be like 0 Dark 30 when they had that torture scene. If you're filming that on set, I would imagine you'd need to like take a break after. You'd really need to just calm down. But with that scene in particular, the torture scene, there was a lot of technical things. And I'm also wanting to do a great job for the animators so they can animate well, and for everyone else. So when I had to do something like this, I'm thinking about not covering something on the other actor and not clicking heads. So because of the technical nature of that scene, I think it helped me not get too worked up about it. It was another scene that I had to do. Remember my lines, get my lines, do this. And then just have fun.
Okay, just another day at the office, basically. Another day at the office, basically, what it was.
Sorry, I'm not.
Another day at the office.
Yeah.
Another day at the office. Yeah, I mean, in that case, the technical aspects of it made it another day at the office. I didn't have time to just think about what this was and the torture and is it this and what is it going to mean and do I stand for this or no? It was a job.
Cool. Thank you.
Job. Thank you.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? Is there anything small in the game, like small little details that really wowed you? For instance, switching from one character to another, there was an instance I switched to Trevor, and something crazy happened in my game that I asked other people if this happened to them, and nobody knows anything about it. He was in the bed with another guy, and then he walked out. I couldn't find where the apartment door was, so when I came back, I hear like somebody crying, and I was like, what's that? So I go back into
Sometimes
the room,
love
and the dude is
hurts.
in a fetal position, just crying. Little things like that. Does that ever wow you?
That's the scene he lives for, man.
Was that scene another day at the office?
Much more than the torture scene. What was the question?
What little things in the game wow you?
Yeah.
Like, what are the little touches you put in the game that wow you?
Gosh, I mean, it's all wow to me. I mean, really, like the blue ghost in Pac-Man, that's my head. Like, I still think that is incredible. I can't figure out how anyone can animate that. So for me, the entire world is amazing, and it could be from the little tiniest detail. Like I just saw the other day, a farmer blow that Trevor did that I never saw.
I saw it at IGN.com. You should all go there.
I saw it at IGN. And I was like, wow. So just even that, like there's so many over 3 years, right? And so much that we did together, but anything in this game to me is mind-blowing. When we were at the New York Film Festival and saw it on a big screen and it was scored, Tangerine Dream was there, it was incredible. I felt so tiny because of the world is so massive. And I think that's astounding, the people that did this. So the small, just the screen coming on is like, wow, how? For me.
Anything for you guys?
With me, it was just, when you switch from a character, you can be fully dressed and switch into another character and then switch back and you in your damn drawers and a tank top. And I was like, shit. But that was good, because you can go and spend some money and buy some new clothes. It was real clever. It was fun and it was clever, man. That was like the best little small thing to me, man, that you could switch and be naked and then you just go reclothe yourself. So that was cool.
The thing about the switches that's cool for me was that I enjoyed actually doing the switches, like shooting them, because you were able to, like, as an actor, you want to have that life happening, and you're just coming in. You're just dropping right into the other guy, to that guy's life. You know, so something's been happening, right? So I thought it was kind of cool to try to have whatever that was had happened actually cooking for me, so that when we did the switch, it was seamless and right into whatever was going on with life. So you're coming into a guy living his life rather than coming into, oh, I got to do something.
Yeah,
here?
someone starting an action.
It was really cool that way. So the shooting of those things was really, and they were only like this long, you know.
Yeah.
It was quick, but it was really cool to do that because you always got to create something.
Thank you, guys.
All right, you're welcome, bro.
Hi. I just wanted to say once again, I loved all your performances in the game. They were fantastic. And as you keep repeating a lot, you say like you really enjoyed reading the script. But I'm curious if whenever there was a certain line that you had to read, did you ever go to like whether the writers or like the people you were working with, the mocap studio, did you say to them, could I add something else to this to make it seem like a little bit more energy? Or like, would Franklin really say that, or Michael, or
I
Trevor?
did that shit so much. You know, they keep forgetting that I don't say lad and mate. I say motherfucking homie, nigga, bitch ass motherfucker. I say it like that. So for me, man, I had quite a bit of that, but it was fun, man. You know, great writers, man, and they were on point with it.
Yeah, this is something that another thing that was just so cool about working with these guys is they have no ego, and the thing about it is they just know they're great, you know, and they write this stuff out there, and like especially for Solo and me, it was kind of different, you know, much more so than him. But you know, we had to learn a new language called English because this was not what we spoke, you know. So we had to literally, you know, take and you know, interpret this stuff and put it into, you know, what we would say. I think it's easier for you because your mom's English, right? Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of sort of Britishisms, if you will, in it. So for Americans reading when a British person writes it, there can be some expressions that no idea. So yeah, I mean, my mom's from England, so I sort of grew up with the loo. I knew, you know, to go to the loo. And when I saw Trevor saying, you know, I gotta go take a big shit in the loo, I liked that. It was interesting for me that this guy would say the loo. It became more of a challenge, and
yeah, it actually fit your character really well because
yeah,
you're
like,
you're
what? Why are you
eccentric.
talking like that? Yeah.
Yeah, but that for me it was there was a lot of improvising and a lot of you know, ad-libbing and everything, and I you know, I'm just glad that they had the trust. You know, that was another thing, is that they had the trust in us to know that you know, we care about the product, the end product, you know, about it being good, you know, and very rarely did they ever try to rein us back in. It was they had the trust in what we were doing and let us go. And as an actor, I got to tell you something. When you got a director and writers that'll let you do that, you get a boner the size of Las Vegas, because that's what you live for, is to be creative, you know, and to have input into it and not just do the lines and, you know, or get the hell out of here. You know, it's really great that they let us be creative and bring our twist to it, because I think it worked out pretty well for him in that regard too, you know, because he doesn't say mate in there one time, not once.
DLC.
I tried it, but it didn't work.
Thank you for answering.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, I just really wanted to know what it was like to, like, when did you guys realize this game was as big as it was? Like, and how, especially for Franklin, like, how weird was it, like, walking into Times Square and seeing a giant poster with your likeness on it? Like, I would take me through that moment when you, like, look up in Times Square and it's a giant poster of you.
Well, I knew it was big, man, when I walked out of a restaurant and motherfucker with a light that bright and a camera like, that's TMZ, Sean Fonteno. How you feel about being part of $1 billion project? I was like, whoa, shit, what happened? You know, and then they like, you know, it's $1 billion. It made 800-something million in 22 hours. I ain't even know. I mean, honestly. So, you know, it was just like, that's when I knew that moment was there. And I took my shirt off and I ran downtown and shit. And I stood all in front
Began
of the
looting.
big,
It was cute.
I stood all in front of the big billboard and I was taking all these pictures and shit, man. You know, I was starstruck, man. I'm a groupie on Franklin, man, and that's what it is, man.
What about you guys? When did you know it was big?
Well, I knew it was big because I knew it was big as soon as it went. You know, it's funny. I talked with Rod, our director, who's like just, you know, a really funny guy. He's a brilliant improvisationalist who doesn't think he can do improv, but he keeps everything light. But he was really nervous about everything. I don't know, Ned, how it's going to go. You know, I'm just a little worried. I said, dude, what are you talking about? This is going to be the biggest game in freaking history. What are you worried about? You know, I don't know. And then they were waiting for the numbers to come in, right? And as soon as I'm like this guy. All you know, IGN and all the fan sites
just
and
IGN.
everything, I'm all over them. And I'm checking it out, and I'm watching those numbers, and I'm just going, And as it went, I was just going, nah, you know, this game's going to be huge. I knew it right out the get. As soon as I started reading scripts and stuff, I knew this was going to be a giant, unbelievably huge game. And is it bigger than I thought? Yeah, it actually is. I mean, I don't know really how to handle it. I'm just going to enjoy my 15 minutes and write it out. But it was, I knew it was going to be huge, you know, and I'm just so glad that it worked out that way, that we didn't screw it up. You go, man.
Me? I guess when having like people like the billboards, I mean, there was a Trevor in Times Square, there's a Trevor down in Soho, people were sending me, is this you? There's a big billboard, And then my cousins in England, Piccadilly Circus in LA, the three of us on a building. As that started to appear, it was like, wow, this is huge. And then actually it's very personal with sort of fan mail. I mean, nowadays being email, fan mail, that's where I'm starting to see how big this is. And obviously this is how big it is. But, you know, when you're getting Taiwan, Brazil, Australia, Scotland, aside from all the American, Canada, but that is where you go, wow. And someone like doing a painting of Trevor and, you know, sending it and like wow. That's like, okay, it has a pretty large impact, this game.
Yeah.
So it was after the fact for me, as this is going along, it's been a bit of a learning curve for me.
Yeah, you kind of figure it out when 2.5 years or whatever out from the game even releasing, some fan in Greece outs you as balcony guy. You know what I mean? You kind of get a feel that this is going to be big.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. Your guys'
Thank you.
performance was incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
So not only are the three of you great in this game, but it has a lot of other great characters as well. And I especially love Michael's son, Jimmy. I was wondering what it was like working with some of those other actors.
Oh, God.
Jimmy's here.
Yeah, well, he's not
He's
here
at
now. He's
Comic-Con.
shooting something right now. He was here earlier. I was talking to him. But
awesome.
yeah, come on, man. I mean, this cast that we have it's just the most brilliant ensemble that I've ever been around. You got guys, not just Danny Tamborelli, who plays
What about
Jimmy.
Lamar, man?
Lamar, Slink. You got, you know, I don't think there's a scene that Slink was in that he didn't flat steal.
Man.
You know, I mean,
and that dude is really like that in real life.
Yeah. And then you got Vicky Van Tassel, who plays my wife, and McCall Sinnott, who plays my daughter. Your guys, Michael Maher and those guys.
So I think about Wade, man.
It's just some brilliant actors, you know. And Rob Bogue, who's actually a real life good friend of Steve's that we met on set, who's just
amazing.
An unbelievable guy. He's so funny. And that's the other thing. Performances aside, you know, you're in there and you're sitting around this table and there's a lot of time to kill while they're building sets, you know, and you're dealing with these guys, not just as actors, but as people. Everyone that came through that set was just great people, you know, as well as great actors. So it was just a joy to be around those guys. I had so much freaking fun. I didn't want it to end. I'm sorry the game came out.
They do a great job casting people for the roles, really. That was an exciting statement. Did I just bring the crowd down? I don't even know. I started to feel sad. I don't know why. I haven't taken my meds. What time is it?
We miss him.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I have one quick question and then another one.
That's two.
Yeah, two.
Don't try to sugarcoat it.
Wait, is the second one a long one or is it quick too?
They're short.
Go.
Now that you're in the biggest game in history currently, are you gonna work in any other video games later on, or are you done for like ever?
That's up to Steven Spielberg.
And second question, Steven, can you curse at me? Like say, Diego, go fuck yourself or something?
Steven, next year at Comic-Con, how much at your booth will it cost to be told to go fuck yourself?
There'll be like autographs, $10, $25 to go fuck yourself.
Hey guys, I want to ask, is there like any DLC planned or like expansion to the story? Because I love the game, we all love the game. We would like to see more of you guys.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna stop you right now. Don't waste your question on that. You know nobody's gonna tell you anything about that.
Well, you never know. It's
Rockstar, man.
Well, you guys don't work for Rockstar, so I figured, you guys.
The sniper scopes immediately come up if they start talking.
Like, what is that? Come on, ask another question. Don't waste your question.
What was your favorite line in the game, like for each one of the characters? Because like the dialogue was just amazing. Like there's times where I'll just sit down like playing and it just laugh my ass off. Just the things that Trevor randomly say in the game, and it's just like the random cutscenes. So I want to know what was your favorite line in the game?
This was go fuck yourself.
I don't even know if that's a line in the game. I assume it has to be.
That was a great line.
There's a lot. I mean, Trevor was written in such a way that there was some doozies, and I honestly, I've loved. I was actually just talking with a interviewer upstairs, a smaller lady. So I had to sort of I was kind of doing this. I was sort of spreading because she was about here. So she was asked, and she asked that question. So I was kind of down here, and she's like, so do you have a favorite line? And I said, I guess, and I was paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly, but I said, I guess it would be that it's a protruding hip, not a semi. And she kind of looked at me, and I don't know if she knew that was a line from the game or if I was telling her that I was getting excited. But I realized I think that was a pretty good line. I think it was in there, wasn't it? Was that in the game? Something about the hip shooting? What's that? Oh, yeah, there's so many, and honestly, 3 years, I don't remember a lot, and I'm not really playing it, so I love the coffee one, because I love my coffee in the morning, about give me a coffee, I'll cut off your arm and show your dick. It's just so much fun.
He's a real poet, that Trevor.
Awesome. My wife's a yoga instructor. So, I think my favorite line was when Fabian says, "Namaste," and I say, "Yeah, Nama, go fuck yourself." Not because I want to say that to my wife, because I don't. I love my wife; she's unbelievable. But that just kind of resonated, and it was an ad lib, so it was just stuck, and I just like that. Now I kind of say that sometimes, and my wife hits me upside the head with, her yoga mat. But I like that one.
Mine was when Lamar said, "Tanisha might fuck with you if you go get your yee ass haircut." And then after that, he hit me with nigga.
Yeah, but that's your favorite. That's your favorite. His line. What's your favorite? Your line.
That's it.
Oh man. That's classic.
Okay. Have any of you guys actually played the game? And if so, like, what were some of your favorite missions and what were your favorite parts of the game?
Yeah, we'll handle this one, Steve.
Well, for mine, for me, man, I'm still stuck, man. I'm still stuck in the first 2 missions. Well, the third one, because I had a lot. We filmed it. We did all the stuff, man. So we pretty much, did everything, and we know everything pretty much. So I try to go in every door, every garage, every question mark. I want to bump into every person, see what they're saying. So I'm taking my time with it. I'm not going through the missions like you guys going through. And y'all want to know what's going on. It's a movie. You can't help it. So I'm taking my sweet time. I might finish the game, man. It might be a year, man.
Yeah. I really suck. So it's, for me, I think I'm about 60% through now, but I've got about 100 hours in it. And but I'm trying to, believe it or not, I'm powering through. But because I want to see the scenes, I want to see the work, I want to see the cut scenes and everything. But I really enjoy going to those question marks, And the other thing that's cool about it is, like, if I'm, I got my car all modded up, man. I got a badass car, man. It just like hugs the road. It's great. And I'm flying down that street and I'll see a little blue blip over here or something, and somebody yelling, help me, or whatever. I can't not stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got those really cool brakes, so that I can just stop and go back up and go over and see what it is. And damn it, every time those suckers don't take my money instead. Like, they all just want to jump on my ass, but they don't know that I got me one of those machine gun launchers. I come in armed now, and they just run away. I don't know, but I love playing the game. It's a lot of fun, man. It's crazy. You're really good at it.
Okay.
He's like 90%.
Same question for me. I had to call
OGG's favorite quote is
bumping into the wall.
Yeah, at the beginning of the process,
GTA.
the director, Rod, took me in the back room to play a game, and I tried, and I bumped into a wall, and 3 years later, I still bumped into the wall. I had to call the director to load the game, just to see it. So, yeah, I'm not much of a gamer.
Thanks.
Player. I'd love to play it. It looks great, the game. It looks exciting, colorful characters. I like black people in it. It's cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, man. This is what we lived for 3 years, guys.
This is why
what a gas.
All right. First off, for all you who beat the game, choice C all the way. Am I right?
Word. Hey, no spoilers.
All right, and then on to my question.
No spoilers.
Did the personalities of the characters you had to portray like affect your personalities in real life? For instance, Michael like being a movie connoisseur, or like Trevor being a sadistic bastard, or Trevor's affinity for short Latino women.
His wife, seriously, you can't be talking about that.
We have a tiny Mexican tied up at home waiting for us. It's family fun night at the Oggs. Personally speaking, no. I mean, I was probably the same wreck going into filming as I am coming out of it. The only thing is I did experience a few times, especially at the end of a day and sometimes taking the train back from the studio, if I got off early. There were a couple times I was in Penn Station at 5:30. And I'm not a train, I ride my bike everywhere. So to be around all those, like at Penn Station and all those people and getting bumped and jostled. There was a couple times where you feel the Trevor flicker in the eye. And like, I was just stomping on someone's head today. But I'm smart enough most of the time to realize that that's work. You know?
Yeah, I'm not quite as smart. I didn't think that I was channeling Michael during all this time, but I think as I look back, my temper was much quicker during the making of this thing than it is, normally. I mean, I fought hard to, get my temper down, earlier in life and everything, and it was really kind of cool to be able to turn it on. full steam for Michael, because when he goes pretty hard. And I kind of found that at home when I went pretty hard. And, you know, thank God my wife's a saint, because otherwise she'd probably kicked me to the curb a long time ago. And but that yeah, you know, it's interesting that you talk about that, because, you know, some actors are like that. They bring their thing with them. I try to leave the shit on the stage, but I stunk a little bit sometimes too, you know, of it. So I think in hindsight that, yeah, I definitely brought it with me a little bit more than I would have cared to. And, you know, but, you know, overall, you know, you just kind of, we had enough time away from it, you know, in between shoots that, you know, you kind of were able to grab hold of yourself again. But man, when you're in that 3-week period where you're shooting, it kind of can grab hold of you a little bit, at least for me.
Playing video games doesn't make you violent, but performing video games makes you an
I
asshole.
definitely suffered
the
some
controversy.
road rage.
Well, for mine, man, it was simple. That's Franklin, man. That's everything he lived in the game, man. That's how I fucking really live in real life. For
So,
real.
in other words,
you know, I'm an
a straight
ex-gang member.
thug.
I'm an ex-criminal. I know what it felt like to be on both sides of the gun. So it was easy for me to fall right into it. You know what I'm saying? Rockstar did a good job with digging through that haystack and finding a needle, man. And me being the needle, I was happy to be the needle. So fuck it, I'm here. This crib.
Thank you.
I'll count you down.
3.
Fuck the police! Not really.
Please, not really. Not
We're
for me,
kidding.
not
We're
really.
acting.
Some of my best friends are police officers. God bless them. I love
I
them.
don't have no friends of police, but still not
Yeah, that's because you channel your. That's because he's Franklin in real life.
Hello.
Who said that? Oh.
To be honest, I only hear just to piss off my brothers. Because they're the ones who be playing the game, yet they don't know that y'all guys are here. That's why.
Well, they missed the fuck out. Now, how about that?
All right. That's all I have to ask.
All right. They're rebooting this mic, so.
Hey,
bump
turn that
in.
camera back around here.
Oh God.
I love you.
Oh, God.
You're on.
Yeah.
That's all. I just wanted to say I love that question. That was.
Okay.
Now we're
Awkward
back up and
moment
running over
number
here, so
one.
you get to go.
So this is mainly for Trevor and Michael. What was it like shooting the scenes where you guys get really high?
Where we what?
The scenes where you get really high and the clowns and the aliens.
Oh, getting really high?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, like
Shit, Franklin get high? Oh, you just used to that. The nigga always get high.
Yeah. That's that gangbanger thing. You know that's a given, man. It was a lot of imagination for me, because in real life I really don't. I don't go there. So I just figured. I just watched how Solo was and basically just went there. But no, I don't know. I mean, it's acting. You know, it's acting. That's all. I've been drunk before. So it's kind of the same thing. It's a little different thing. I had a lot of friends, that I saw in college doing those things, and I just, play those guys. It was fun, though.
A lot of those scenes are just, we would sometimes film those in between bigger things, obviously, because it was very quick, and they would need different speeds of it and different levels of highness, of drunkenness. So that was just, it's like going to an acting class. You're just sort of, okay, pretend you're this, pretend you're that, and then they would be there. Rod, the director, okay, and we need more, we need less, do this, do that. So those were pretty sort of straightforward things to do. Shoot, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Get high.
This is actually what we used to get high into things. It was basically that right there. That's my Groucho Marx impression. That's a big.
I believe you have
right
the
there.
honor of being the final question.
Oh, thank you.
So if this is terrible, fuck you, man.
Well, for
He's here to piss off his sister.
No, I'm an only child.
And you know what I like about this the most? Even though he said that's the last question, they not fucking moving.
For me, how did you guys get along initially when you first met each other in the game? Like when you were first introduced to each other, all three of you were going to be voice actors for this upcoming great title of a video game. How did you guys initially get along?
Well, for me, man, I came from Los Angeles where it was sunny, hot as fuck, and landed here. It was in the wintertime, and it was fucking snow highs here. And I walked into the studio with these two guys, man, and it was hard for me to, comprehend to them and deal with them. But it took a little while, man, and I understood it, and my blood thickened up, and I got used to this cold shit out here. And I was able to be me out here, too, you know what I'm saying? Because I started trying to be something I wasn't, and then I had to catch myself, and they helped me pull myself back to being straight hood, man. So I kept Franklin hood. I didn't take him nowhere else. Kept him on some hood shit. So the chemistry was good.
That's nice. And what about you, Michael? Yeah.
For me, I hate these guys, man. I hated them from the beginning. I hate them now, and this is just all a big act. No, it was great, man. I love Solo from the moment I saw him. Steve, I saw him on the audition, and we were down. I remember after the audition, we were downstairs, remember? And you were getting on your bike. You were unloading your bike. And I just said to him, I said, dude, you just booked yourself a gig. I said, you're amazing, and I just thought that from the beginning. The relationship part of it came, the Solo reminded me of guys that I grew up with that, were great friends and everything, and we hit it off real quick. And I can't think of any person, I can think of one. I can't think of any person on that set the entire time that I just didn't love to death, because it was almost instantaneous too. It sounds crazy, but I say, GTA 5, it's a love story. It really is. If you want to look at it that way. And that's kind of how I felt with the interaction with the cast, and everything, and the crew and the director and everyone that I met through it. It was instantaneous because everybody was just so cool and so ego-free and so wanted to make the best thing ever that how could you not get along? You know what I mean? How could you not get along with these guys? So for me, it was simple. It was like this. I didn't know that you took long to warm up. I thought we were hot from the beginning.
I forced them to warm up to me. I came in with a gun and on bullshit, so.
He has a lot of Jordans, though.
And you, Trevor?
I mean, from the get-go, it was, everyone got along. There was never, like when you first meet someone, you get a vibe right away or an energy from them. From the get-go, we all, whatever level of comfort or discomfort we might have felt personally, everyone at least got along. There was nothing like, oh, God. Like, no one felt like they were rubbing the wrong way. And then it was just a wonderful set. So it just deepened from there. A broken bromance.
Aww. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for letting me ask the final question.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming out. Grand Theft Auto 5 is in stores. I imagine most of you own it. Give it up for Steven, Ned, and Shawn. Come get an autograph.